Yo, hi, fam. Bring it in for a hug. Being fragmented and curating sound in music as a music producer is probably one of the most wild forms of alchemy I could ever even imagine. And we curated our first album that we dropped called Cerebrum. So if you're watching this, I actually don't know what time frame you're in, because what is time when you are posting content? My now is your what? When are you seeing this is the question. It's not the same moment, but it is the right moment. And I wanted to dive into this. I think that this is probably going to be one of the most important videos I will make this lifetime. I genuinely feel that, for a multitude of reasons to tune in to. And I want to go through this, and I feel that it's important to talk about Cerebrum in the ways that I feel most comfortable in a controlled kind of form of environment that is comfortable for me, because I can feel like astrologically and energetically the questions, but not even questions, not that they need to be answered, but I can just feel it. So this is going on YouTube. So yeah, but you're here and you can see that it's elsewhere. I want to talk about this in a way because, as you know, functional multiplicity is so important to me. I would not have been able to curate that sound that you heard and connected to without functional multiplicity. If you're around, you already know that that is my form of treatment plan with my our psychologist, which has been phenomenal. If you don't know what that is, it allows my brain to function as multiples, which is what I am. I was a foster and adoptee. I endured, I am who I am. None of that shit matters because you're here now. I'm who I am and you see me as a whole with the fragmented parts there. But yeah, it allows me, when I do that work with the psychologist, it allows all my parts to be able to function as multiples, which is where I'm at. I would not have been able to do this so many years ago. I want to start off with the very first song on that track, Midnight. And, this video also, I'm going to just speak. I'm not going to edit this. I just want it to just be and exist, fully and rawly and authentically exist. Midnight. The best way for me to put Midnight is, for what Midnight would say is, it always happens at midnight. Midnight is definitely a part of me that it's very unexplainable. I'm not even going to say much about midnight other than it only happens at midnight. If midnight decides that midnight wants to talk, midnight will definitely talk. But midnight definitely takes us away to a beautiful, faraway land. That's why it's so important to be present with a fragmented brain, because it's just what happens, midnight. Resilient and strong. Resilient and strong. And chances are, bitch, if I'm out, I ain't gonna want to talk to you. That's the big thing. That's the big thing. There's not much for me to say about, myself when I am altering through this state and through these states, other than, like, I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? Like, I have seen too much in my life, So I ain't gonna fuck with you like that. But, but we'll see where that goes. We'll see. Meet Rain. That, as I said, um, a big thing when I am just alternate moving is just like, that's why I've moved so far, as I like to just talk about how I've moved so far from where we were and where I was. Let's pull it back, baby. Pull the dice back in. That's the one thing about this is like when you're talking about yourself and your parts and you throw out your dice, you got to pick your dice back up, bitch. Like you can't be leaving your dice up on the table for people because people start to touch on your dice, feel in your dice, and try to throw your own dice. Don't let them. These are my dice and my story and my situation. So you know what I mean? You keep it like that when you got parts and fragments. You know what I'm saying? Like don't be letting people touch on your dice because they will. You give people an inch, they will take a mile. I've been on mine too long, bitch. I've been doing way too much. Like I can tell you, keep your dice, pull it back in every single time because people try to knock you with a brain like this all the time. Don't let them. Don't let them. Do not let them play with you or your feelings or your emotions because I don't play that. You know what I mean? People can think it, they can try it from a keyboard, but baby, I'm the real deal, bitch. You know what I'm saying? But anyways, take your dice, pick them back up. Meet Rain. That part of me, that part of me is very, very sacred. When we were online, and you already know that story, some people don't, and experiencing what we were and going through and trying to do functional multiplicity, when I was altered through those parts and I was in that regressed part, that was a part of me that was out a lot. And there was a lot of parts that stand behind Rain that you're not even going to ever know about. It's not necessary, but that's for me. Grab my dice, pick them up, take them back. That part of me really is like so much more. I don't know. I don't think I really want to go into that one because that part of me endured so much publicly in a way that ain't nobody gonna touch those dice. Don't try me. You know what I mean? Like, that's just how it is. You can hear it. I felt that in the music, and the sound energy is so much more powerful than words. So if you hear it, you can feel it. You can feel it, you can sense it, you can know. That's why frequency is so important, baby. Like alchemy, you can alchemize. It is so potent and important. Everything is so perfectly curated in there. If you really tune into it, I'm telling you, you're gonna need it for the days to come when you're tuning in alternate states. You're going through these states and tuning in with us like that. Um, but that I will say that part of me is strong as all fucking hell. People like to tend to, I feel like, tend to think that those more younger parts of you, when your brain is regressed in those places, I feel like people think that they can really take advantage of you. I'm telling you, those are the most strong-willed parts. You can't get nothing by nothing by through those parts. Those parts don't give nothing, bro. They finna say it how it is. Um, it's just really, connecting you in that moment to yourself. It's very, very, very potent when you tune into it. Everybody that has listened has talked about how what their experience was like when listening to it and how it was very different for them or what they took in or what they perceived. And I let people perceive what it is because you're in the cosmos with it. You know what I'm saying? Like that's some real stuff. Like it's real. It's real. Um, Hi, I'm Miles and I'm a cat. Some things again, they're beyond words. And I'm not I'm not ready to talk about him like that. You just gotta feel that. That's what's more exciting is you gotta feel that. People are gonna be like, you ain't even giving me much. I'm giving you all that I can. Trust me. Um, Hi, I'm Smiley 777. Hi, I'm Smiley. Hi, I'm Smiley. We don't talk about Smiley, bro. We don't talk about Smiley. We don't talk about Smiley. We don't. We don't. We all got our own story. You know what I'm saying? Like, we got our own story to hold. We got our story of moving fluently now these days. And we don't talk about Smiley like that. We can vibe. You can hear in the ethers sound, vibes, who we are. But you gotta really listen. You gotta really listen. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta listen to me. If you are listening to mine, you'll know it's beyond words, bro. It's like, it's beyond words. Where's, yeah, I don't know what that is. Like, it's beyond words. And it don't feel like it all the time, but it is. Sorry, Cosmo's barking in the background. We don't talk about smiling. We vibe. And it's always like people will perceive you in these realms and in these states very specifically. And I don't know. I just like to be able to try to get through things. But I think, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Maybe a little. I don't know. You gotta listen. There's been some people that have been able to resonate with this one. This one of me. And it's really cool. It tells a lot of who you are. And you're being strong and your resilience. So, I don't know. I think I said enough for me. Um, you gotta understand. You gotta understand. But um, it's Mama Nora love. Um, it's Mama Nora love. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. It's Mama Nora love is Mama Nora, actually, I can talk about this, was a part that really takes care of a lot of me. This is some people actually are very aware of this, is that when we were online, Mama Nora actually used to read to people. We would read stories online to people, just child stories, and we would actually speak to you in a way that we knew how to speak. We used to be a teacher. I don't know if you knew that. We used to be a teacher. We used to work in after school program. We used to work in our camp counselors. And when we were as foster and adoptees, we were always surrounded by a lot of kids in my adopted family's home. So I grew up with other foster kids after I was adopted and was taking care of babies already as a baby, changing diapers already as a baby. So that motherly part, I had to learn a lot, take care of myself, you know what I mean? But apart from all that, we don't need to get into that. But Mama Nora would read and she would talk to you literally to you. She'd help you. She'd calm you down. She'd be like, hey, look at my hands, like in videos, like bring it back in, like we're here. How are you doing? Like breathe, like, and she's right there. She kind of like is there to be able to kind of show you that. She's very, very good at that. And she taught us a lot when we worked with kids. This is gonna make me sad. Working with kids was probably one of the most fun that we ever had at jobs. We started like right out of school, went into teaching, and then the camp counselor was probably the most fun that we ever had. We used to make videos about being a camp counselor, and we worked with the 9 through 12-year-olds, and that's when we really definitely right out of school we just saw so many things about our parts that were so specific, bro. That was when we had like 2 different color shoes on, bro. And it was so specific. I had never had so much fun at a job and felt so like loved but cared for, but also to care for at the same time than I did at those jobs. Those kids were literally my babies. Like those were the kids that would come up to me. They would seek us out. We had a really specific name when we worked that we went by very specifically. It wasn't even just a name, it was our name. Those kids would call us that, and those kids would come tell us more things than they would tell their own families. We'd sit with them. Also the special needs kids, or if we had a one-on-one. And that was just, it makes me sad because I miss those kids. I always wonder what's happened to them, or like where they're at. But she taught us a lot. We also had a job, and after we'd worked on things with functional multiplicity too, we tried to go back to a teaching job. We worked at a really, really elite private school. This was maybe like 4 or 5 years ago. Now I can't remember time. It's weird, like the fragmented brain. We worked at a very elite private school. We did the aftercare program and witnessed some stuff there. And it reminded us, I really feel like if you go a certain direction in life, it's going to bring more challenges to you in very specific ways. We witnessed some stuff. We were told specifically we can't say anything unless a kid comes to us. Like, it was just very specific by my supervisor there. And I witnessed some things like some of the kids there actually, like, these were families that were like from all over the world. So like all over the country at this really elite private school. And we were there with our scene haircut because we had cut off our locks to do a lot of our own spiritual work and healing and parts work, which was super important for us we had to, understand lock journeys and hair. We'll get into some stuff. And it was crazy what we saw and what we witnessed. Like, there'd be people that would pick up kids and, like, when I say black suits, pick up their kids in black suits, hands behind their back. These kids would tell me stories of things that were going on. There are kids, I don't know what country, because I could not try to tell you. Maybe, I don't remember, but they were not from the United States. So I mean, like, big time money out there. And the little boy, there was a boy, I called him Scooby. He used to talk about some crazy things that he experienced, and definitely not okay things. I'll be careful what I'm saying. And so it really does a number on you. You're like, okay, we were actively trying to work on ourselves with our psychologist, and then there are things that we couldn't take. The things, little younger girls, they were telling us stories that were breaking our hearts. I wanted to save every last kid there. And you would never think that these rich kids, but we're going. I mean, some of the parents, I've never even met some of the parents. Sometimes the nannies, the au pairs would pick up the kids. Some of the parents, I thought I looked crazy because we had, the blue hair, we had tattoos. I remember we showed up to our interview all nice and, looking all cleaned up. And after that, I said, that was not me. That was Mama Nori that came into that interview, had us all dressed up. After that, I said, hey, but we were this. The kids came to us and they knew that it was safe. It was always hard. Miss them. But anyways, that was that. That's that Mama Nora love, is to be able to give that unconditional love. As a mama love. Mama love. To sing, she's very, very, very beautiful, very blissful. That's very important. And those of you that can connect with that, Xander, at your service. Xander is it's very self-explanatory. And if you have a fragmented brain and you're fragmented and you have the idea itself, you're going to understand. And then if you listen to it, it says, please step away from the red door. Xander is exiting the building. He's leaving. And any and other adults that are there with Xander are leaving. Tuck the littles away, put them away. Lights out. Which means they got to go do some work. Xander at your service. Always there to please and do what I need and to listen. It's deep. And it is alarming. It can be intense for people, but you got to know if you're in it, you're understanding the whole gist of what's going on in here. You know what I'm saying? It's deep. It's deep. Yeah, sound those alarms, baby. Hide and save those younger parts. We're coming back in to consciousness and awareness, going back in to allow the body to. And then, at the end it says, remember to smile. And we don't talk about things that happen. Remember to smile. We're good. We're okay. You see? We're good. It's deep. It's very deep. It's very deep. And he's a hardcore. I'm hardcore. He's hardcore. I'm hardcore. I don't F around. I ain't scared of nobody or nothing. Nothing. That's not a challenge. It's who I am. Period. Hey, yo. Say yo to that. And remember to smile and not talk about the experiences that you have. Poppy and Ace of Spades. And at the end, the word is Ashe. Asheo. Divine. Asheo. Divine. Ashe. Divine. Poppy is a spiritual part of us. We've been spiritual our whole entire lives. We grew up in a very Christian home, but we were always aware. We were always able to see. We were always questioning. We always knew. We went through what we went through, but we knew that we were very divinely protected. Poppy is very important. Can read your energy like this. We see things around the realms. People call you crazy, call us crazy, but we've always been able to be spot on for people's energy, spot on to what's happening in the world. At this point, I don't try to explain myself. I just move how I go. You know what I'm saying? I know energy. And Poppy, if you were around for a while, you knew that she was a part of us, especially very spiritual, that paved the way for our parts. Very, very, very protective and very much paved the way. We spiritually, we hold that very, very true in our sacred practices that we're part of, our adornments that we wear, things that's very sacred to us. And the divine feminine is what I worked on, which is the higher energy centers, your higher chakras, is the intuition, third eye crown. You got your heart there in the middle. And the masculine is the lower energy centers. Excuse me. I worked on the divine feminine, so I healed a lot. And I don't think I'm ready at this point to talk about Ace or Ace of Spades, but I'm not ready to talk about that because it's just not needed. But that's who I am. And you know me, I'm all about energy. I'm all about healing, baby. I'm all about my practice, and I'm a walk in my truth always, period. No ifs, ands, or buts. The eye of the beholder. What's up? I'm Chase. I don't know or think that I'm ready to talk about that. You just have to listen. You just have to listen. You have to listen to the frequency and energy, to the sounds, everything. You just have to listen from beginning to end. You can listen to it probably 5 or 6 different times and hear something different every single time and get a new message. It's very, very intentional. And everyone, the last one was everyone, which collectively, it is hearing our sound. It's opened the door. The door is already open to altered states of what that is for you and where we're all at in curation. It is very powerful when you hear something. You hear it. You hear really how it moves. And as I'm altering through these states of consciousness and awareness, you're altering through too, because you're connecting. I don't even know how much I want to say about it or say to it other than it's an experience. We've found it gets our own. People will want to put you in a box in life. You people are not meant for the box in life. If you're here, no matter what time you're here, and we're here vibing. You're not meant for the box. You're not supposed to go into the box. You're supposed to go out of the box and not be here. You're supposed to go really far. And that's okay. You don't have to, be in a certain area the way people want you to. And people all the time will doubt your shit, homie. They will doubt your shit. They will try to tell you that you can't move the way that you want to move. They will try to tell you that you can't be who the fuck you want to be. They'll try to tell you all these things about you when they're not you. That's noise. That's chatter. Don't listen to it. That's noise. They will tell you all the time who you need to be. Don't listen to them. Go outside of that box. That's who you are. If you are here, I'm telling you, you're not supposed to be in the box. There'll be people that will try to clown on you, try to be like, what are you talking about? This is Lyle, this person, da 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 da. I don't give up about the next person. When you are focused on you, you're in your realm. It's a risk. Talking about this, motherfuckers, they don't want you to do it. They want to keep you quiet. Self-express in the way that you can self-express to be who you are and to be yourself. And that's on period. And keep it strong. Keep it as strong as you can. You are resilient. You are able to do these things, bro. I'm telling you, my brain is moving like this all the time, and you best believe we are going to fucking figure it out. And we did it. We did it. Learn about these things. Learn about your energy, bro. Learn about the 12 laws of the universe. Like, I cannot stress that enough to you. Learn about the 12 laws of the universe. Yin, yang. Learn about masculine and feminine. We all got it, homie. We all got masculine and feminine energy. We all have it. People try to clown you. They'll try to act like they don't have feminine energy. You got feminine energy in there. It's just your intuition. It's those higher heart, or the higher, and there's a higher heart. Somebody said higher heart chakra. Tune into that. Now that energy is coming through. Now that we've told you, you go tune into this, bro. Like, I can't make this up. But this is just a life that we live. I can't speak on for you. It's a journey. And you got to push through with it. I'm so happy that we're here together. We're here doing this dirty work on this earth, bro. You would not have come back here if you couldn't go through the things that you're going through. That's what I'm trying to say. You would not. Anything that life puts in your way, you can get through. You wouldn't be here if you couldn't get through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you wouldn't be here. Bro, learn about alchemy. Learn about alchemizing your energy. That's so potent. That's so fucking powerful. Like, do it. Learn about how you can move energy, people's energy. Like, bro, learn about manifesting. Learn about what that means. Attracting energy, bro. Frequency. Learn about these things. But that's what I wanted to tell you about Cerebrum. Now, if you start the story, you are going to be able to, if you started it and you're here, whenever you're here, from beginning to end, you're in the beginning. Cerebrum. Look at the name. Look at our name. Look at what that is. Take off. We don't make no music that's not intentional. It's all there. That's all I gotta say. But thank you for watching this. Thank you for tuning in. You're strong. You're resilient. We finna see you always in the cosmos, baby. Much love. Ashe. Hey, yo. Tune in. Tune in.